We heard from Israeli military spokesperson Daniel Hagari that Israel is focusing more of its efforts in the southern Gaza Strip. This has been reflected in an increasing number of airstrikes that have hit the southern town of Khan Yunis, as well as the central part of the Gaza Strip, such as Nuseirat and the Barouj refugee camp, where tons of thousands of people have been sheltering and have actually crammed into the family homes of their relatives because they thought this was going to be a safe place. There's been an increased number also of strikes that have continued across the territory. We did see one of those strikes hit the Nuseirat refugee camp, killing this one local TV correspondent, Mohammed Khalifa, as well as 14 members of his family. That was just the latest deadly strike in a very difficult day. We had health authorities say that 201 Palestinians have been confirmed dead in 24 hours, and this comes a day after the health authorities said that the death toll from the war overall had now surpassed 20,000, which is quite a staggering toll. Now, meanwhile, in Jerusalem and the West Bank, usually this is the Holy Land. This is the time of year where people flock from all over the world to go to the traditional birthplace of Jesus Christ in Bethlehem in the occupied West Bank and the traditional place in Jerusalem where he was resurrected. Usually there are festive lights and massive trees, tons of decorations and Christmas markets and shoppers. I was actually just walking through the old city just today and it was completely empty, not a tourist in sight. I spoke to one shopkeeper who told me that he's been waiting all year just for these 2 weeks and it had come to absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, Palestinian officials say that they are expecting $2.5 million of losses in tourism revenue a day because of just the lack of anything happening because of the war. Now, in general, Christmas festivities are canceled, of course, but even without the tourists, Palestinians say that they would not want to be celebrating anyway, just because of the shadow that the Israel-Hamas war and the devastating toll that it has taken on civilians has cast over the Holy Land in general. You know, we were speaking earlier this month to the mayor of Bethlehem, and she was saying that Christmas is canceled, not only because of the lack of people coming in, but just in general because of the mood. And something that symbolizes this more than anything is if you go to Bethlehem, normally during Christmas, you see this beautiful nativity scene outside one of the churches, Jesus being born, and that is just a part of the festive atmosphere. But today, if you go to Bethlehem, what you'll see is a figurine of baby Jesus perched on top a pile of rubble in order to symbolize the suffering of people in Gaza. Isabel Debray with Associated Press for CGTN in Jerusalem.